Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Crown and today we are going to have some more stories that I hope that you will enjoy. But before we start, it will be so much appreciated if you would subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed it, and maybe leave a comment down below. These simple clicks would mean a lot to the future of this channel and really reward the effort that I put in every day. And now, without further ado, let's go! First story. Entitled Mom Calls Me a Racial Slur, demands that I give up my earrings after getting me fired. The story took place when I was 17. The cast: me, Kaz my co-worker, Jay my boss, and Entitled Mom 1, 2, and 3. I work part-time as a waitress during my school holidays at a nearby restaurant. All's good, I enjoy the people I work with, hours and pay are reasonable, and for context, I'm Asian and fairly skinny. On one particular busy lunch day, I just got out from the back and a table of 3 ladies and 2 kids were signaling to get my attention. I nodded at them and headed to their table shortly after. I noticed their food is finished. Yes, do you need the bill? Bill? She laughs. Then the entitled mother too says, "You expect us to pay after such poor service?" I'm sorry, was there something unsatisfactory? Food was lousy. I called you over to make a complaint. We are not going to pay for this. I'm sorry to hear that it was not up to your expectations, ma'am, but you can't have the meal for free. Your complaint is noted though. Then the third entitled mother says, "How dare you say such a thing? I know the owner of this restaurant. I'll call him right now and report your rude behavior." Now my boss Jay is female. As I was with the table of entitled moms, I could see Jay at the far corner of the restaurant, happily enjoying her lunch. The entitled mother 3 pulls out her phone, smirking at me as she puts her phone to her ear. "Hello? Listen, one of your employees is being very rude. The anorexia-looking chink. Fire her. Oh, and the food was terrible. You ought to fire the chef too. We won't have to pay, yeah?" At the time, I did not realize what she had called me as I was keeping an eye on Jay, who never answered her phone. Coworker Kaz passed by, hearing what she said. The third entitled mother smiling then tells me that I am fired. It was quite funny, pretending to call my boss, but I didn't call her out on it just yet. Kaz asks, "What's happening here?" They aren't satisfied with their food and refuse to pay. "You're also now fired, so stop talking and leave. Let your friend do the job you can't do right." Kaz tells her, "That's very rude of you to call her that, ma'am. I'm going to have to ask you to pay for your meal and leave." "Oh, we have another stuck-up jerk, huh? Why are you so rude? We're loyal customers. We just wanted to give helpful criticism about the food served here, and this is how you treat us?" I've never seen any of these 3 ladies before. The kids look mighty uncomfortable at all that's happening, and I looked at Kaz and he looked over to Jay. "People like you are such a thorn in society. I should get the both of you fired." The third entitled mother groaned as she was displeased and muttered the word, "Gross, chink." I heard it loud and clear this time, and my eyes widened when I realized she meant me. Kaz louder this time, "Ma'am, please stop being racist, and if you continue to refuse paying, I know the owner here. He should never have hired any of you worthless pieces of trash." This of course attracts the attention of everyone in the restaurant, Jay included. She gets up from her seat and starts to walk over. "Hey you!" "Me?" "Yeah, those earrings, take them off." "Why?" "Do you have any idea how customer service works? As compensation for the terrible food and terrible service from you. You shouldn't be able to afford them anyway. They will be perfect for my daughter." My earrings aren't anything flashy, super simple stud type. I haven't got a clue on what she thought of its worth. I got really angry at her for demanding such an outrageous thing. The poor kid is about to say something to her mom, but thinks better and looks away. I really feel bad for her. I also felt like I should have said nothing and let Jay handle it. but I lost it. You have no right to ask me for these earrings. They belong to my mother. Lying about knowing my boss? Nonsense on that too. Do you think it's right to stomp on other people? To call them names? Then the second entitled mother starts nudging over to the entitled mother 3 to call the police, to report on my harassment. And Jay swoops in, grabbing her phone. Jay says, "That won't be necessary, for I have already done so. You're going to sit here until they come, and you will leave my employees alone." The third entitled mother is practically screaming for her phone back, calling Jay a bunch of names, and she was just livid. Again, she pulls a stunt of knowing the owner, thinking Jay is just a manager and threatens to get her fired too. Jay says, "I know the owner. That's me. I'd advise you kindly to shut up now until the police arrive." And all the entitled mothers go red in the face. And I think I saw one of the kids practically die inside of embarrassment. I still very much wanted to punch the entitled mother 1 if it wasn't for cause holding me back. When the cops arrived, the entitled mothers immediately tried to push their overly exaggerated story of what happened. One even accused Kaz of touching their daughter. I think I saw steam coming out of their ears. Luckily, several witnesses called out their bluff, and our statements were also taken. The entitled mothers sulkily paid for their meal, and they were escorted out by the police. I don't know whatever happened to them. I'm sure Jay had pressed for more on them, but I never saw those ladies ever again. Next story. Woman just screams, hits an officer, and tries to run, just because she thinks I work in a kiosk. A little context. I work as a federal officer in a state capital. Save that information. And for that I always go on a trip to a beach in the months of March because it's my vacation months and isn't the traditional vacation months, making a lot easy to find a house to rent. I don't know if the other countries are like that, but here we can rent a house for some days or weeks only for trips and stay. This is cheap and more private as a hotel. On that trip, I was with my girlfriend, my friend from work, who will be missed guy because he only arrives in the place on the next day, and the sister of my girlfriend. This happened on the year before the corona thing. Now to the story. I was just chilling, waiting for my girlfriend and her sister to come back while I'm playing a match of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. She did look like a Karen on the first sight. The blonde hair, the black glasses, and the noise she made with her brats. She was trying to pass the sun protector on the kids. Maybe they were 6 or 8. I don't know because I really don't want to know anything about them. Who was screaming for not getting into the water as soon as they came in. I was a little annoyed because they were really close to me. But I just get up and go close to the water after I lost that match. Do not judge. I'm awful in a game who don't have guns. To look close on the sea and try to find my girlfriend when I feel something touch my shoulder. When I turn around, the mother was a little close to me and this conversation happened. I say in Portuguese, "Hi, can I help you?"
What? Stop speaking Spanish with me and talk to me like a normal person.
Me trying not to take that too personal. "Sorry, miss." And it's Portuguese, not Spanish. But again, how can I help you?
Little rude, don't you think? Well, can you please grab some tables for me and my kids? We want to sit and eat something.
Lady, I think you just judged something wrong. I don't work here. Now think about it. I'm a black man, large with some muscles and a tribal tattoo on my back, and a face of some kind of gangster. I don't think I'm the most nicely looking guy to work with people, but somehow she just take off know where I work there. But later I found out the reason. When I was about to get yelled by not doing my work, my girlfriend showed up. She said, also in Portuguese, "Is everything okay here?" "Yes, babe." She just confused me as one of the boys who work in the kiosk. The mom then throws a fit, just for no reason.
What did I just tell you about speaking that language with your customer?
"Miss, here is another country. Maybe we are from the same continent but not the same country. My girlfriend does not know English, and I just said that I don't work here.
What do you mean by not knowing English? Is she too much of an idiot to learn a simple language?
At that point, I am mad. See, I don't care if you're going to assault me, beat me up, even shoot me. But man, don't be a jerk with my girlfriend. I tell her, look, if you're going to talk nonsense about her, maybe you should go and screw yourself. And maybe then you develop a functional brain and start to know that this is another place.
How rude!
The mom went away and my girlfriend hugged me because, by what I heard from her, I was pure anger and wanting ahead. After a few minutes, the woman came back with the manager of the kiosk.
Hey, the black guy with the glasses.
The manager tells her, Miss, I don't think he... She just cuts him off.
Damn that information. He was rude with me and just told me to screw myself. Is that how you train your staff?
The manager in Portuguese says, Man, you really told her that? I just nod. Lady, I can't fire him. Her looking a little more red.
Why not?
Because he doesn't work here, lady. And she is now furious. I think she has a brain who only works when people say yes to her, and when things don't happen as she wants, she just freaks out.
What did you mean by that? You really are trying to save your lazy employee. You all N-word are all the same.
Yes, she said the N-word. Now remember when I said I was a federal officer? So that came in really handy because this story got nuts. The manager was trying to calm her down, but she just screamed and screamed like a banshee with another banshee on a call. It was so loud that she caught the attention of two officers who were doing their patrol along the beach. The officers tried to speak to her, but she was just mad and went in my direction, and she tried to hit me with a slab, and my only reaction is to throw her down and make an immobilization move. And she just screamed, "Assault!" and that I was trying to abuse her. The officers were ready to make me go away in a patrol car when I pulled out my badge. The woman saw the cops doing nothing and went pale when they told her what I do for a living. And she tried to make some excuses like,
"It's a fake badge,"
and
"This N-word can be an officer."
Yep, she said it again. She ended up handcuffed as the two kids was crying about how the evil man hurt their mama. As a result, I got free fries for the trouble and gained a story to tell. Next story. Entitled Karen tried to steal my phone because her child wants it more. Hey, this just happened yesterday when I was waiting for a bus outside. I was waiting for the bus, mask on, and I was just checking my phone to confirm I was at the right spot since I'm still relatively new to this area. Karen walked up to me, practically dragging her loud child, and stood very close to me, without a mask. I slowly stepped away as politely as possible, but I could tell she was pissed.
"Hey, you know those masks don't do anything, right?"
Well, I like to be on the safe side, thanks. Silence for a few minutes, but it was obvious she was angry because she was constantly grunting. I took out my phone again and opened Reddit, cause I had nothing better to do, and I didn't want to deal with her nonsense. And the kid notices this.
"I want this phone."
Karen, quietly to him, "Go ask him for it." The kid walks up very close to me.
"Hey, give me that. I want to play games."
The kid was like 7 years old, so I did not want to be too harsh. Me, very politely, "Sorry. It has a low battery and I've got a long ride home." The kid burst out fake crying and the mom immediately gets involved.
"Stop harassing my son, you monster."
Whoa, your kid was asking to use my phone and it's basically dead.
"So what? My child deserves it more than you."
She starts coming closer and I was scared she was going to get violent.
"Give it to me."
She starts grabbing it out of my hand. "No, leave me alone." I pushed back on her slightly. Keep in mind I had lots of adrenaline and do not remember everything to complete accuracy, but this should be mostly accurate. Some people in the area started investigating the commotion, and it was immediately apparent that she was harassing me. One person says, "Hey, leave him alone." Another person gets in between us and tries to push her off me. As soon as the mother realized these people weren't on her side, she grabbed her child's hand and trudged off muttering to herself. She turned around and told us that she will be calling the cops. In the end, I didn't get too injured and I suppose I'm thankful for that. Never thought I would find a Karen in the wild. Thanks for listening. And now we have reached the end of today's stories. Thank you for watching and see you next time.